right, so we're gonna get into the player ratings. We're gonna start off with Jimmy first. We're gonna go. Let's start off with Kurt Zuma. What do you think? Out of 10, what would you say and why?
Zuma had some good flashes in the game. I actually didn't find that much faults in his game, actually. He went forward well. He came back well. He made some good tackles. But obviously, it's not a 10 out of 10 performance. It's not even an 8. I'd probably give him a 6.5. It was a good performance on his side.
Okay, fair enough. But you give him a 6, even though they conceded 2.
6.5. You know, those 2 goals, the one was a soft penalty. The second one, there was an arguable foul on Christensen, you know, and it was against run of play, you know, so, yeah.
Okay. Mawande.
For me, dog, I'll give him a 6. Yeah, but he played okay. Like he didn't have a bad game, and had Chelsea won, then I was definitely going to give him a higher rating. But he had a fair game. He played well in some parts. Like he had good moments throughout the game. But ultimately, I feel like we lost. We conceded 2, so 6 is a fair rating for me.
PJ.
Nah, I agree, but a 6.5 for me because I feel like he was the better of our defenders. Because he won a lot of aerial balls. He was overall better than all the defenders that we had.
And another thing,
kept the ball very well.
He protected the ball very well.
Yeah, he protected the ball very well.
So it's a 6 for him.
6.5.
6.5. All right, so we're gonna move on to Antonio Rudiger. We're gonna start off with PJ. Shambolic.
Rudiger, dog.
Shambolic.
Dog, you see that second goal, man? You see that second goal? That was him. I don't care if it was against one of play. His decision-making there cost us that goal. His decision-making cost us the goal. It was very bad. Very bad. Very bad.
Hey,
even there's a time where he tried to, I think he tried to show the ball for a throw, and it couldn't work, and someone just pinched it through, and then they went for a counter. We almost conceded because of him. Now, fuck that guy, bruh. What?
So what would you do out of 10?
A solid 2 for that nigga.
You know what I hate about Rudiger this season? He was injured at the beginning of the season. We were all saying,
and everyone's like, "Oh, we're waiting for Rudiger to come back."
We're waiting for Rudiger to come back. That was the whole chat. We're waiting for him to come back, and then he comes back, and then fuck, dog. Even Tomori was better than that nigga, dog.
Bro, I nigga should have stayed injured. He should have stayed injured, dog.
Should have stayed injured. Fuck that nigga, bro.
Like atrocious performance, and there's many performances throughout the season where Rudiger is the culprit, dog.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's disgusting performances from
even he acknowledged that he's had a bad season. Even he acknowledged that.
So what would you give him out of 10?
I'd give him a 1, dog. Fuck that nigga. A 1. It's a reach on its own, but I'd give him a 1. Fuck that nigga,
hey, bro, that's harsh. That's kind of harsh, dog.
We're gonna go Mawande. What would you give him? What's your rating?
I'd give him a solid 3.
Solid 3.
I'd give him a solid 3. Yeah, a solid 3. Like it was very pathetic, and maybe I'm being nice with the 3 as well. But
you are being nice.
Yeah, I think I'm being a little bit too nice, dog. But it's 2.5 to a 3.
All right, Jimmy.
I can't give him anything more than a 4. Look, his pressing was trash at times. He wasn't getting back. He was getting beaten by his men. Look, if Saka was playing that game, he would have bossed him the whole game.
Yeah.
100% Saka would have bossed him the whole game if Saka was playing. And even aerial play, he didn't stand out in the game. There was no moments where I said, Rudiger's playing now, you know.
Yeah.
And to start the season, he was our first choice centre-back starting the season. And now, if everyone's fit, is he even third choice? You know, we don't know. So there was a time when he was actually fourth choice, when Tomori was above him and Christensen was above him. So I'm just going to give him a 3.5 just for participation. But yeah,
Niggas are too nice.
Moving on, we're gonna go to Azpilicueta. I know he only played how many, like 20 minutes, but yeah, Jimmy, what would you rate him?
in that 20 minutes that he played,
Cost us the goal.
Cost us the goal. That's a very bad decision as a captain. Poor decision.
In a final.
Even what can I say? Even when he was off, he wasn't on the sides like motivating the players. Like you didn't see him being a proper captain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being present.
And for that, look, he gave away a very important goal that changed the dynamics of the game. I'm gonna give him a 2. Honestly, he barely played, but for that performance where he did play, he's gonna get a 2.
PJ.
I can't say much about him because I mean he got out, but that goal he cost us, it pissed me off because he got exposed. That's number one. He's too slow. I don't know, bruh.
It was just
I'll give him a 3. I'll give him a 3, and I'll just leave it at that. I have nothing to say about that guy.
Mawande.
Nothing.
I think I'll give him a 3 as well. I feel like Chelsea was still in the game before he did what he did.
Yeah.
And then he made it hard for the whole team with a very like a very reckless challenge, dog. And on top of that, he went out injured. He didn't even play like half the game, and he like didn't make up for it. And Foots, like he wasn't even present on the sidelines, like Fanalyst said, would see, just motivating the boys, yeah, bro. Like he was absent in that, dog.
Yeah.
Now 3 might even be generous, dog, but actually I'm giving him a 2, bro. I'm giving him a 2.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that. Moving on to the wing backs. Let's start off with Alonso. Mawande, what would you give him?
Alonso. Yo, Alonso 8, bro. He also played a bad game, gents, in my opinion. He played a bad game. He wasn't like the most terrible defender, but he definitely played a very bad game. I'll give him a 4.
Another thing that I can say is that Alonso today, he didn't really offer much attacking. Like normally, crosses, but today it was like no crosses, nothing. I couldn't see anything. Giroud wasn't really getting anything like in the air, like to header, and that's
because he's a defensive liability, bro. And we tend to forgive him for his contributions, like offensively. So when he doesn't offer that, and is a liability defensively, and then he's got no use.
What would you give him?
With Alonso, I mean, there's no saying anything about him defensively because the reason why we play wing back to begin with is to sort of help him go forward because that's where he thrives the most. I don't think he had a bad game, to be honest, but I also can't fault him in him not providing more because we did not have control of the game. For him to even thrive, we'd have to control the game to begin with. But he failed to do the basics, dog, like putting balls in and whatnot. So, I mean, I don't have anything negative to say about him. I'd give him a 5, to be honest. I'd give him a 5.
Yeah, like PJ is saying, he didn't have a bad game, but also he didn't have a good game where he put his like an imprint on the game. He didn't put any print on the game. The only time that you'd basically see him is when they would be switching the balls onto his flank.
Yeah.
He'd just chop the ball and pass, you know. So I'd also just give him a 5 because it wasn't a bad game, but it also wasn't a good game.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We're going to go to Reece James. We're going to start off with Jimmy. What would you give him?
Start with PJ. That's his favorite. That's his favorite.
Let me start with PJ. What would you give him out of 10?
He wasn't as challenged on that side. No, he wasn't as challenged. He tried. He wasn't great. He did put in some crosses. He tried. I'd give him a 6. To be honest, I'd give him a 6. Right. He tried.
Mawande, what would you give him?
I'd give him a 5, bro. I'd give him a 5 because I'd give him a 5, man, if it's Reece James.
I think it was an average game for him.
Yeah, it was a very average game for him. He did nothing special. He also didn't cost the team as well, bro. So I think he had an average game.
Panel.
Yeah.
Would you agree with the 5 and 6?
Yeah, somewhere around there, 5.5, 6. Not a great game. Barely any of his crosses got into those dangerous areas where we know he can give that delivery. Even defensively, okay, he tried to help out, but yeah, it wasn't a great game. Yeah, 5.
So let's go to midfield. We're gonna start off with Jorginho. Fanalyst.
Wait, before Fanalyst speaks, PJ knows this. I hate that guy. Get Jorginho out my sub, dog. I hate that nigga, bro. I hate him, dog.
Listen. Hey,
I
wait.
hate him.
Listen. Jorginho defensively is shit. We know this. His only weakness, in my opinion, he has 2 weaknesses, in my opinion. His strength, and he can't run for shit. He can't. But on the ball, he's very good. He's very smart.
Yeah.
He's very, very smart. He knows that. Today he was
before he actually makes it.
There's no denying that. But I feel like I see a lot of liabilities. Maybe that's just me, dog. That nigga has no strength. He has no aerial threat. He can't run. He can't shoot. And as much as he passes the ball around a lot, he does not have that decisive pass into the final third, the one that turns into an assist. So my nigga, what's my liabilities are?
Okay.
Did you see the ball he
Huh?
Imagine some chacho game.
Wait, I give him 4 and I'm cheating.
Out of 10,
Huh?
Out of 10.
I shouldn't even be rating him, dog. Can you take that option of not rating someone?
Hey, okay.
Yeah, Kuluma.
Maybe you can think about it. You can give me time to think about it.
I'm gonna give him a 4, bro.
All right. Okay.
Give him a 4.
That's a bit kind, but TJ.
You think it's
like
kind?
He wasn't the worst on the pitch. Like he wasn't the worst guy on the pitch. That's why I'm giving him a 4. It's a bad performance, but again, give niggas a 3. That's a participation type of rating, boy. Which he did participate going up, but there's a real 4 in first.
He, in my opinion, he was better than Kovacic today, and I say this because for me, this was the worst performance I've seen from Kovacic this whole season. The worst. The worst I've seen. This is
No,
but you know what else?
Give your rating. Give your player rating.
And we'll let you
I'd give him a 6.5, to be honest.
Yeah.
He wasn't that great, but Jorginho.
I won't be jumped on Jorginho.
He did not have any mistakes. He did not have mistakes.
6.5.
What mistakes did he have?
Fine, it's his rating.
Let him.
Let him
fair enough.
Let him give his rating.
Fair enough.
Look, when we first got Jorginho, we were told this guy can see a pass. We were told this guy is a passing merchant. I expected to get someone who's a Cesc Fabregas reincarnation.
Yeah.
The way he was talked about, you expected that kind of guy. And he came, he does the passes, but like you're saying, there's no decisive pass. You know what I'm saying? Those assists, they're not there. This season, he was given vice captaincy. There were games where he came out and he could lead. But I think after the restart, having not played those first few games in the restart, confidence might have gone down, performances went down, and even when he was given the captaincy today, when Dave went off, like he just wasn't. He didn't give that thing. You know that thing. I'm a captain. Let's go. And
but why would you expect something from someone you've never seen before? Like you're expecting something he's never really given. You get what I mean?
He's had those performances where he could lead from the front. Today, he just didn't lead from the front at all. Like,
but here's another thing. Here's another thing.
He was a passenger, yes.
He was a passenger, dog.
Mina ngizomnika nje 4.5. 4.5. Today. Today. 4.5, gents, I'm sorry.
Midfield, Kovacic. Start off with you, Fanalyst.
7.5. 7.5.
Enough said. 7.5.
Mafethu, when Kovacic, firstly, those 2 fouls, they were both suspicious. Second one,
that was not a second.
The first one was suspicious. The second one was not a foul at all.
Yeah,
Not a
it
foul.
wasn't.
All right.
I
But
think
besides, take those away. The way he bossed that midfield, carrying up the ball, you know, when we get the ball, when we win it and we're defending, he'd carry up the ball, shield the players, go forward, and then make the pass, you know? Like, he was there, dog. He was there. That was a proper
and
game.
he's an engine. But like, he's an
7.5.
engine as well.
Yeah, I think they should start putting yellow cards on his VAR as well because it can affect the game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
7.5.
PJ, what's your rating?
I rate
Favorite player.
Kovacic so highly. You don't understand. Like, I rate him so highly, that guy, that I expect consistent performances all the time from him. Today, yes, he drove with the ball, went forward and whatnot, but he wasn't as effective. We did not have control over the midfield, which is why we got bossed, we got outplayed. Today, he wasn't the player that I know of him the whole season. He just wasn't that player, and I expected more from him. That's why I was disappointed, and that's why I even said I feel like Jorginho had a better game than him, because he just wasn't the player that I actually know. Yeah. You know how much I like Kovacic. I'm not even going to lie. He's my favorite player at Chelsea. So probably for me to even say he had a bad game, I wasn't impressed with him today.
So out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give him a 7.
7.
Poor from him, to be honest.
Mawande, out of 10.
But a poor Kovacic is 7.
A 7.
Yeah, I think it's very fair.
I think someone's sound is kind of like mixed up right now.
I can actually hear that now.
Something is.
Aye. Good.
Good?
Nah, it's not on my side.
All right. Okay, so yeah, what would you give Kovacic?
Man, can you still hear it?
Yeah, no. Okay, we can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, it's both fair ratings, bro. I'm gonna give him a 7 as well. The cards, hey, dog. You know, if it's unfortunate. But like, if you take that away, he had a good game. And you can tell by PJ's rating as well, with the fact that he's judging him for having a pathetic performance, but still gave him a 7. Shows you, Uchita played fairly well, dog.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him a.
I don't think Jorginho can really have a bad game. He could not be as good as he is, but he doesn't really have a bad game like that. It's just obviously midfield today just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move to Mason Mount. Mawande. It's kind of tough to judge him because he started off well.
He started off very well, dog. He faded, yeah, boy. Like, I think he's still a kid, yeah, boy. I think my biggest problem with Mason Mount is his decision making. His decision making is very whack.
Because he's still young.
Like he's young and it's understandable.
We can't keep using that card, bro. We can't.
Hey, this man has played 50 plus games this season, dog.
It's Chelsea also. It's Chelsea, dog.
But I'm gonna give him.
What did you rate him today?
I'm giving him a 6.
6. Okay.
Give him a 6.
PJ.
I feel like he faded after the goal for Arsenal. He just faded the first half, but then beginning of the second half, he was there, but it just didn't work for him today. It just didn't. He tried. I'd give him a 6 too. He tried, but it just couldn't work.
Honestly, for me, I saw Mason Mount twice in today's game.
Yeah,
that one shot at the beginning where he tested the keeper. The second one was the pass when he made the pass to, who's this guy? To Giroud. Yeah. Those are the only 2 times I saw Mason Mount in the game. Faded after that.
I thought he was changing, to be honest. Second half, I thought he was.
Hey, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a work ethic. It's a work ethic.
But he pushed, dog. For what we did, he tried, dog. Like, so I'm gonna give him also gonna give him a 6. It wasn't a bad performance, but he just faded.
But I could expect it better from him, and especially how he started. Yeah, boy.
Plus, last game he was on fire as well. So,
yeah.
I thought he was just gonna continue that.
Yes, but notice how when he was fire, we had control over the match, and that's the thing. If we lose the midfield battle, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna start off with Pulisic, actually. Fanalyst.
9. 9.
I feel like that's a season rating, a whole 9, just like that.
Bafo, 9.
Give me
for what we had, he played really well. That touch for that goal, that touch, and then he got past Tierney, and then he hit it with the left.
I feel like if he didn't pull his hamstring, he probably would have scored that, because he normally
would have scored that. Because he pulled his hamstring and he still carried on running. Then he took the shot.
Yeah,
he respect for that.
That's playing for the badge right there.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and you could see that he's gutted to be going off. He didn't want to go off.
I saw him hitting the ground.
You see, so I'm gonna give him a 9. I think even his season has been a 9 without the injuries. 9. That boy, that was a good signing for us. And the future's bright. 9 straight standard.
Okay.
Dog, we fought.
So 9.
Dog, I fought. I was mad when Frank wasn't playing Pulisic beginning of the season. I was mad, but I understood why he wasn't playing. Yeah. Today's performance, it was very good when he had the ball. He's obviously our best attacking player. Very direct. No one comes close. I can't even think of anyone in the Premier League besides for Rashford. Maybe Rashford is very direct. He's the only player I can think of that comes close with Pulisic in terms of being direct and being very good at coming at you. Today, he had a very good game, to be honest. I feel like he could have scored that goal had he not pulled his hamstring. I was very happy, though, when he pulled it, when I saw the replay, and he was still running, going, and then he took the shot, and then he fell down. That made me happy, to be honest. But also made me sad, because see, this whole week I've been saying, we're winning against Bayern. The only reason I've been saying that is because I watched an old clip of Pulisic versus Bayern.
No Azpilicueta, no Pulisic for that game.
No chance now. Gone.
And out of 10, what would you say?
Gone.
I'm saying out of 10, what would you give him?
I'd give him an 8.5, I'd say. Yeah.
And out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give him an 8 or an 8.5, dog. He had a very good game. Also, dog, he's only 21, bro. We're making excuses for Mount, like he's a kid. But Pulisic is also a kid. And they touch him I actually want better for him in terms of like a ball when Ozdiech, Timo Werner are there. Like, I want niggas that can help.
Have to do everything.
Exactly. That's what Hazard, but that's what Hazard wanted as well. Support in terms of quality players.
Bro, sometimes now the other niggas must also carry you when you having a bad game. Because when Pulisic has a bad game, it might shit for the whole of Chelsea, dog. Yeah, bro.
That's true. What would you say?
And also, like, his impact, dog, throughout the season. Like, Kubonile, when he came back, dog, the whole team was lively. The whole team.
Even against Liverpool.
Huh?
Yeah.
Even against Liverpool, when he came.
That match pissed me off. That match.
And City, bro. Dog. I'll give him an 8.5, bro. And that's one for the future right there, dog. Like,
yeah.
We're going to move on to Giroud. We're going to start off with Mawande.
Giroud.
It's tough to judge Giroud today.
Yeah.
Very tough. Very tough. It was very lonely for him.
The goal that we got, that was Giroud. He laid it off. You can't lie.
Tammy
but besides
that, what else did you do?
Tammy was not going to lay it off.
He just tried to basically link up play. That's because he wasn't really getting opportunities. And I feel like that first opportunity, Mount should have passed him and should have let him shoot that. So
Giroud didn't have a bad game, bro. But in my eyes, he just wasn't doing besides the goal, he wasn't doing like anything that's significant. Quite me and I'd hardly see him playing on the ball today. So
we didn't. As PJ said, we didn't have control of the game.
Yeah, we did not have control.
And it's always.
So I'll give him a 6, bro. I'll give him a 6.
Give him a 6.
Yeah. And with that being said, also, Tammy Abraham should not play forever.
Yeah, fuck that nigga, dog. Fuck that nigga, dog. How are you 6'5"? How are you 6'5"? But you get bullied, dog. You get bullied
every single time.
Come on, dog.
Every single
Come
time
on.
he plays,
He can't win a ball to save his fucking life, dog. He can't.
Has no skill. All I see him do is complain. All he does is complain. And finally, Mumpasela, and that was so sure. Mumchita is top 2 in the most chances missed throughout the season. So you don't pass the
chances he misses.
Huh?
I
said he's been missing some clear-cut chances too.
Bro, he's missed over 20 chances this season. It's him, no family, no Bamba, bro. So then he's whining. Mumpasela, you're showing. Alright, bro. Get that phone.
Fuck that nigga, dog.
Fuck that nigga, dog.
I'm giving him a 0. 0?
I mean, one
no,
day.
Sorry. I'm actually thinking of Tammy now. We're actually judging Giroud.
Yeah.
Actually went off top.
6 for Giroud.
Give him a 6. All right, PJ.
I'd give him a 6.5 because he got the assist, but that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah. Jimmy, would you agree?
Yeah, it was a hard game for him. He wasn't getting any service on his feet. Even in the air, they had some big Louis. He's good in the air. So it was a hard game for him. So with what he did have, I don't even think he had a shot. Did you have a shot today?
I don't recall.
I don't remember seeing him either.
Yeah, so it was a tough game for him, man. Hey, I'm 6 if it's assist, Nyana. So yeah.
So we're gonna move to the subs. Nobody really did anything, so we're not really.
It's pointless. It's pointless.
I didn't see much.
Pedro tried. Pedro tried.
Pedro tried. You're actually right. Pedro did try.
Pedro tried.
Bro.
It's his last game for Chelsea. He had to try.
He gave it his all.
Yeah, man.
I think it's fair to say that the only person we could really judge is Pedro. The rest, personally, I would put a 0.
Yeah.
Banging, it's so late, dog. Like they came on when the game was
done. We can't really judge them.
The game was done.
Yeah. So what would you say, Pedro? Finally, what would you say?
5.
Straight 5. All right.
Straight 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say for him?
Yeah, 5. 5 is okay.
5
as well. 5 as well.
That's fair enough.
But I was thinking with Giroud, dog. Bro, miss him judge. We should be judging him based off his whole performance, but not based off what he did when he had the ball. The fact that the fact that he's striker and he had no shots on target, we should be judging all those things as well.
Yeah, but you can't fault him in a sense. We couldn't even get the ball to our midfielders, to our the people behind him couldn't even get on the ball. So,
and for Giroud, he's a target man, dog. He doesn't go fetch the ball himself. They need to feed him the ball. So if he's not getting paid, then
All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the manager, Frank Lampard.
I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy
either, to be honest.
I wasn't happy.
Let's start off with PJ. What did you think? What rating would you give Lampard? Kind of got out-coached because both him and Arteta, both first seasons. I think.
Judging for this game. Alone. Dog. Frank.
Oh, there you go.
Mhlawumbe 4. I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't happy with Frank.
I think Frank could have made changes as well earlier because we weren't controlling. He waited
first half
until basically we got the red card. That's when he made changes.
So we were being bullied in midfield. Put Kante in. Put Kante in at least. Change the system.
Even Barkley, we
Change
know
the system.
how Barkley can carry the ball because he's strong and he's but nothing. All right.
Put Kante in, change the system, Brian, then play different ball. Like, it wasn't working for us. The system was not working for us. It wasn't. Change it, put better players in, and then let's play. We didn't try anything different. We didn't.
Bro, the thing with Frank is he's very stubborn. Because even when he can see like his tactics aren't working, he wants to die on that hill.
Like sorry.
Brother Kumbona, even with Ukepa. But first, Ukepa was supposed to die the whole season.
Whole season.
Frank has been stubborn, dog, till the last 2 games of the season, which doesn't care.
He needs to learn to be ruthless. Even with Tammy, he wasn't ruthless with Tammy. And
Tammy.
If Giroud had been playing, Giroud would have been tapping those chances.
Yeah.
So, Mawande out of 10.
Well, Frank had some niggas are 4.5 as well, dog. I feel like he could have changed the system, like when he saw it's not working for us. Sometimes he plays with hope, dog. And that's no formation, all those players. I've been at him, but something's gonna happen like out of thin air. Being so he had the chances to fix it, and he left it for too late. I'm gonna give him a 4 or a 5.
Fanalyst.
Yeah, it was a hard game for Frank because 2 of his subs were brought on because of injuries.
Yeah.
But even with that, like I was telling you, Musa, during the game, like, why, instead of putting on Christensen, why didn't he just change the formation? Go 4 at the back, put in a midfielder.
He could have even played Kante or Jorginho as kind of like a 5th centre back.
Exactly. Like, he could have changed the formation, gone with 4, let's go attack. It's 1-1, let's go attack. He wants to play that same 3-5, the 3-5-3 formation or whatever that formation is. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
3-4-3.
For me, I feel like if we had a direct change for Azpilicueta, like someone who plays like Azpilicueta and who can move like that,
it would have been fine.
It would have made sense. But then you put him on Christensen, so now it's 3 defenders who are, all of them, the mobility isn't really there. Attacking wise, they don't offer anything.
Yeah.
And they just can't. There's no space when there's 3 of them there.
Look, last couple of days, the formation's been working well, but it was Wolves. You understand? So now it's a cup final. It's a cup final now. You need to attack. You have to go for it from the jump. And I just think that they did that, but then they fell off, and then he made those 3 changes a bit too late. It was obvious who he was going to put on, but he made those 3 changes a bit too late, and it was done. Like, the game was done at that point, and then also Pedro went off injured. Like, the game just didn't go his way. I'll give him like a 5 for starting well, but besides that, there's nothing.
And think about it, they have those water breaks, so he could have said something, but it just seemed like it kept going downhill.
Yeah.
But
also the players, dog. The mentality of our players, I don't know. It's very much questionable.
No one plays for the badge. No one plays for the badge.
All over. At a certain time, Chelsea once had 5 captains with starting lineups. Niggas that were captains for the national side, bro.
National team.
Or Mikael, or Essien, or Balak, or Drogba, or John Terry, Chad,
Lampard.
Already with starting lineup. Chelsea now has very weak players, like mentally, dog. And that's something that's going to have to change, dog. And Frank also has to be ruthless in the way that he's going to have to demand the players to step up like that, dog. He played your side now that had those 6 captains.
I think with the new signings that are coming in, the players are definitely going to have to step up.
What I want is...
Look at the new signings, though, also. Like, yes, they're good players, but do we have leaders in the team? We need leaders.
No, we don't have leaders.
Proper leaders, dog. And it's not coming. Yes, it's a young team and they'll come into their own, but regardless of how young the team is, you still need leaders who are going to take them through. And that championship score, 1-0 is bad. You need a leader who's gonna push you through and tell you one nail it and ham and go to get 3 points.
Yeah.
And we don't have that.
Yeah, okay. I guess that probably ends our player ratings today.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I wanted that trophy. I really wanted it.
Dog.
Also, already started calling me. They've been texting me.
It's
Aubameyang bad. Hey.
It's a tough one to lose. It's a tough one to lose. It would have been great to finish top 4 and win a trophy. But, you know, we're going to come back September 12th. Everyone starts on 0 points, new signings, and we go again.
All right.
Yeah, let's
Man, which signing is your priority? Like right now? Like which one signing? Or which department do you think should be a priority for Frank Lampard?
More than anything, keeper for me.
Yeah, keeper. Our goalkeeper is bad, dog. He's bad. He's very bad.
Our defense is shit, but they can try hold their own. You know what I'm saying? If you concede 1 goal, it's fine. But now you're conceding 3 goals all the time. Oh, it's too much, dog. So
dog, it reminds me. It reminds me of that season where De Gea won the player of the season at United. He had a shit defense, but he kept saving the team a lot. That's what we need. We can't goalkeeper. It needs to be that goalkeeper, dog.
All right. That ends the player ratings. Look out for another match reaction coming up soon. Chelsea versus Bayern Munich in Champions League. I'm really excited for that.
I'm not.
Until a miracle.
I'm not.
And I catch 5 at Allianz.
We'll definitely get back to that.
Right. Yeah, let's not. Dog.
We'll talk about it.